3rd annual Talkin TV Awards, my little award show that I do every year to honor the best in television. It's no secret for a long time now that television has been kicking movies' ass in this year in particular. I mean, like I said, I've been talking about how good TV has been for these last couple of years, but oh man, this past TV award ceremony. Starting in last summer, we got a whole slew of new shows that promptly just demolished everyone off the screen. And then obviously once Succession came back in the fall after a gruesome year without it, the hits just kept coming. Ozark wrapped up, Better Call Saul came back, Barry came back, Atlanta came back, not to mention all the new shows that we got. We're also honoring Squid Game this year. I mean, come on, the hits just keep on coming. So what will be the winners and what will be the losers for this year's Talkin TVs? Find out if you stay tuned. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, there's a little new wrinkle this year. For the past couple of years, since I've been doing this, I picked the nominees and the winners. And though I once again picked the nominees this year, because let's face it, we all know I have the best taste, this is the first year that I opened voting up to the public. So you might not get the typical winners that you'd think for this year. So let's get started. But first, the in memoriam section, which, as we know, is to honor all of the TV shows that we lost this year. As always, is given to the best debut show, the best show that debuted within the 2021 to 2022 television year. The nominees for this year are Arcane, League of Legends on Netflix, Peacemaker on HBO Max, Physical on Apple TV Plus, Reservation Dogs on FX and Hulu, Severance on Apple TV Plus, Squid Game on Netflix, The Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon, Winning Time, The Rise of the Laker Dynasty on HBO, and Yellow Jackets on Showtime. And the winner, to absolutely nobody's surprise, is Squid Game. This show took the internet and the world by storm. It was the most watched thing, at least prior to when Succession came out. It was Netflix's latest viral hit. And I mean, just congratulations to the creator who spent 10 long and hard years of his life trying to get this thing made, only for it to pay off in the biggest possible way. Now let's just hope that Netflix doesn't squander this like they do literally everything else. Next up, we have the award for best writing. The writers are the creators that bring our magical favorite shows to life. And the nominees for this year are Christina Link, Alex Yee, Connor Sheehy, and Ash Brennan for Arcane, League of Legends. Danny McBride, John Carcieri, and Jeff Fradley, I Will Tell of All Your Deeds, The Righteous Gemstones. Thomas Schnauz, Plan and Execution for Better Call Saul. Bill Hader, Alec Berg, Emma Barry, Jason Kim, Emily Keller, Duffy Boudreaux, and Liz Sarnoff for Barry, Season 3. Jesse Armstrong for All the Bells Say from Succession. Hwang Dong-hyuk for Squid Game. And the winner is Thomas Schnauz for Plan and Execution, one of the best episodes of television I've seen so far this year, and the year isn't even done yet. Better Call Saul came back with such a smash this year. Next up, we have nominees for Best Directing. And now, directing in television is always so weird because the directors are not really there to execute their own creative vision. They're there to execute the showrunner's creative vision, but it doesn't make their contributions to the television effort any less important. So the nominees for this year for Best Directing for a television series are Bill Hader, Limonada and 710N, Barry, Thomas Schnauz, Plan and Execution, Better Call Saul, Ben Stiller and Oif McCardle, Severance, Vince Gilligan, Carrot and Stick, Better Call Saul, Craig Gillespie for the pilot of Physical, Hwang Dong-hyuk for Squid Game, and Mark Mylod for All the Bells Say from Succession. And the winner is Vince Gilligan for Carrot and Stick, Better Call Saul. I mean, I already talked about plan and execution, but carrot and stick just for that action sequence alone. Oh man, if you've seen Better Call Saul this season, you know what I'm talking about. Next up, we have possibly my favorite award because it's an award that I made up entirely for this award ceremony, but it's one that I feel has only gotten better for every year that I've done this, and that is the award for Best Television Duo. One of the best things about television is seeing people just get in a room and bounce off of each other in the best way possible. And so this year, I think I've come up with some pretty damn good candidates. The nominees for this year for Best TV Duo are Vi and Jinx, voiced by Haley Steinfeld and Ella Purnell from Arcane, League of Legends. Misty and Natalie, portrayed by Christina Ricci and Juliette Lewis from Yellow Jackets. Christopher Smith, aka Peacemaker, and Adrian Chase, aka Vigilante, portrayed by John Cena and Freddie Stroma from Peacemaker. Lexi Howard and Fezco, portrayed by Maude Apatow and Angus Cloud from Euphoria. John Kreese and Terry Silver, portrayed by Martin Kove and Thomas Ian Griffin, Cobra Kai. Those are some pretty damn good combos if I do say so myself, but there can only be one winner, and that winner is Peacemaker and Vigilante. James Gunn's follow-up to the critically acclaimed The Suicide Squad proved to be just as entertaining, just as crazy, and just as unpredictable as the movie was, and these two's camaraderie, back and forth friendship was such a major component of that. Now we're getting into some of the more traditional categories, but I still think we're going to have a lot of fun here. Starting off with Best Guest Actress. The nominees are Andrea Such, Better Call Saul; Julie Ann Emery, Better Call Saul; Vanessa Bayer, Barry; Catherine Narducci, Euphoria; Ellie Taylor, Ted Lasso; and Harriet Walter for her appearances in both Ted Lasso and Succession. And the winner is Catherine Narducci. Who knew that Charmaine from The Sopranos would give one of the most badass performances of the entire year on a show that I really, for the most part, can't stand watching, Euphoria, but she comes into the first scene of this episode and is a complete and total badass. I mean, Zendaya literally says it herself.
Cisco's grandma was a motherfucking G.
And she's a grandma, to say the least. Good Lord, The Sopranos was a long time ago. Ooh, these just keep getting better and better. Our next category is Best Guest Actor. The nominees are Michael Mando, Better Call Saul; Robert Wisdom, Barry; Alexander Skarsgård, Succession; Walton Goggins, The Righteous Gemstones; Justin Kirk, Succession; Paul Walter Hauser, Cobra Kai. And the winner is a straight tie between Walton Goggins for The Righteous Gemstones and Paul Walter Hauser for Cobra Kai. I was rooting for another Walton Goggins win after he won for supporting actor 2 years ago for the first season of The Righteous Gemstones, but I will admit I was very much surprised at Paul Walter Hauser getting that much love on Cobra Kai, as Stingray was a surprise but a very, very welcome addition to the Cobra Kai family, and I was so happy to have him back for season 4. Another category that is near and dear to my heart, the category for Best Voiceover Performance. I'll admit, animation this past year wasn't as strong as it probably could have been, but I still think I put together some pretty damn good choices here. And the nominees are Taliesin Yaffe for The Legend of Vox Machina; Ella Purnell for Arcane, League of Legends; Sam Riegel for The Legend of Vox Machina; Haley Steinfeld for Arcane, League of Legends; and Jeffrey Wright for Marvel's What If. And the winner is Haley Steinfeld for Arcane, League of Legends. Like I said, I opened the voting to the public this year, so even though my personal preference would have been for Ella Purnell's unbelievable performance as Jinx, Haley Steinfeld still gave one of the best voiceover performances this year as her sister Vi. Once again, Arcane, League of Legends. If you haven't seen it, don't let that whole "oh, it's animated" thing get to you. It's one of the best things I've seen in a very long time. All right, now on to the main 4 acting categories. And like I said before, I don't split them up based off genre like the Emmys do. I save that for movies. When it comes to TV, I only look at performance overall. The nominees are Patricia Arquette, Severance; Sarah Goldberg, Barry; Ho Yun Jung, Squid Game; Christina Ricci, Yellow Jackets; Rhea Seehorn, Better Call Saul; J. Smith Cameron, Succession; Juno Temple, Ted Lasso; Hannah Waddingham, Ted Lasso. And the winner is Rhea Seehorn. After years of giving one of the best performances on TV, the woman finally got her Emmy nomination, and she has won her first Talkin TV award. Congratulations to Rhea Seehorn. So many people would just put her in the box of being the spiritual follow-up to Skylar White, but she is so much more than that. Next up, possibly the most dangerous category I have, the Best Supporting Actor category. The nominees are Kieran Culkin, Succession; Patrick Fabian, Better Call Saul; Brett Goldstein, Ted Lasso; Quincy Isaiah, Winning Time; Matthew McFadden, Succession; Freddie Stroma, Peacemaker; Henry Winkler, Barry. And the winner is Henry Winkler for Barry. Oh my God, that was a really, really tough category to pick. I know I had a lot of voters reach out to me personally, say just how tough a lot of these next couple categories they were. But Henry Winkler, oh man, I mean, he's an acting icon. He's an acting legend. He literally helped originate what we come to think of as TV with his performance on Happy Days. And he even admitted in an interview that the work that he did for this most recent season of Barry was the most strenuous and toughest work that he has ever had to do for the screen. And I mean, it shows. The journeys that all the characters on Barry this past season went through is enormous, to say the least. But the journey that Henry Winkler went on as Gene, it just had everything. It had all the emotional highs and lows, crazy amounts of twists and turns that I did not see coming. This could not be more earned of all of his three turns that he's done on Barry so far. Congratulations, Henry Winkler. All right, we're getting close to the end now with Best Actress. Of the two leading categories, this is always the one that I feel like in recent years a lot of people have pretended is a lot better than it usually is, but we had some pretty strong contenders this year. And the nominees are Rose Byrne, Physical; Lily James, Pam and Tommy; Laura Linney, Ozark; Melanie Linsky, Yellow Jackets; Jean Smart, Hacks; Sarah Snook, Succession. And the winner is Laura Linney for Ozark, for giving one of the most cartoonishly over-the-top performances. I've been saying for the last couple seasons of this show now how I was waiting for her imaginary evil villain mustache to actually grow into a real mustache that she was going to twirl, and she wins it. I'm not going to lie, my appeal for Ozark has kind of gone out the window with these last couple years. And I mean, hey, everybody else loves it. Like I said, I didn't pick the winners this year. All right, Best Actor time. I'll admit, Best Actor was a little bit lackluster last year, just considering that it was the pandemic and there was literally no TV to watch. So we kind of had to compensate with what we had. Unfortunately, though, The Boys is not eligible for this year as it did not premiere until June of 2022, which does, however, make it eligible for next year's categories. And I have a feeling we're going to be seeing this season of The Boys in a lot of categories next year. But for now, here are the nominees for Best Actor. John Cena, Peacemaker; Bill Hader, Barry; Lee Jung-jae, Squid Game; Adam Scott, Severance; Jeremy Strong, Succession; Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso. Before I say the winner, and before everybody comes after me, yes, I'm aware I didn't nominate Bob Odenkirk, but there's a reason for that. If you actually look at Bob Odenkirk's actual amount of screen time for those first 7 episodes of this season of Better Call Saul, not a whole lot. And while he does his usual magic, I'm saving him for next year for these last 6 episodes that just finished airing past the cutoff date I would like to add. So trust me, don't worry. I've got something special in store for Bob Odenkirk, but you guys are just going to have to wait a year. But in the meantime, the winner is Jeremy Strong. He unfortunately lost to Mark Ruffalo 2 years ago, but this past season, I mean, Strong has worked his way up to becoming one of the best performances on TV and one of the, just become a household name because of his work on Succession. And this past season saw Kendall at probably his most deranged that he's been since the beginning of the show. And oh man, Jeremy Strong can just play crazy like nobody else. All right, end of the line, people. The final award goes to the best overall television show of the 2021 to 2022 television season. One of the best seasons of television in the last couple of years that I've been watching, easily. And the nominees are Arcane, League of Legends on Netflix; Barry, Season 3 on HBO; Better Call Saul, Season 6 on AMC; Severance on Apple TV+; Squid Game on Netflix; Stranger Things, Season 4 on Netflix; Succession, Season 3 on HBO; Ted Lasso, Season 2 on Apple TV+. And the winner for this year for Best Show, trying to draw this out and make this as long and suspenseful as humanly possible, is Succession. That one really is like a murderer's row as far as it's like, yeah, any one of those other shows could have won and I would have been fine. Barry could have won and I'd be ecstatic. Better Call Saul could have won, I'd have been ecstatic. Squid Game, maybe not so much, because that one's more of like that one I definitely would have known, okay, people are going for the popular hit. You know, Ted Lasso, this is the most recent season that made me fall in love with the show. Stranger Things, Stranger Things made a comeback this year after I hated the last season. But yeah, Succession, it's earned it. It's the best show on TV. It's the show that I think is in competition with Barry as far as being the best mix of super dark subject matter and just hilarious comedy that I think I've ever seen. This season really saw the Roys at their lowest, just all around. And that season finale, oh man, ended with the twist of all twists in order to set us up for a gangbusters last couple of seasons that are coming in the next couple of years. So congratulations to Succession and all the other winners. Thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another one of the silly videos that I just love uploading to YouTube. Be sure to follow us at everything that we've got going on at the Talkin TV channel right here. Make sure you follow all of our socials. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of the above. Make sure to keep coming back if you love the Talkin TV podcast, if you love our channel and you love all the content that it is that we make. What are some new suggestions for some new content ideas that we can do? I'll admit I'm fresh out, so I'm leaving it to you guys as far as what content we can do next. But in the meantime, until next time, 12 seasons in a short film, and watch more fucking movies. And in this case, TV. We'll see you guys next time.